We would like to welcome everyone to Southeast Kentucky Network. We've got the second half of a doubleheader coming up tonight with the Clay County Lady Tigers taking on the Hazard Lady Bulldogs. The Hazard Lady Bulldogs, again, Ed, I got Ed Smith over here with me, and they're coming in with 4 games under their belt, but they're 0-4 on the season so far. But still, they've got their legs under them a little bit, where we're just now getting our first taste of action on the hardwood.
First game of the year again, just like it was for the boys, and we even as a coach, I'm sure Coach Birchall's trying to figure out exactly what he's got. We have a mixture of some seniors. Taylor Asher seems like she's been playing now for about 27 years for Clay County, so this is her senior season. And we also have some good young talent, even some come up from the middle school, so wouldn't be surprised to even see some of them in some action. But like you said, Hazard comes in with 4 games under their belt, so they've got some experience on this young season. They've not won, but I did notice, according to the website, that they've played some fairly good close ball games, and they're led in scoring by a duo.
Yeah, Haley Caudle coming in tonight with averaging 15.5 points a game, and then Adriana Harris is coming in with 13 points. So they're pretty drastic drop off after those two. So it seems like the bulk of their scoring's coming out of that duo there. So we'll be looking out to see what they bring to the table tonight. And we got a lot of, I guess with the Lady Tigers, we got some younger players. Then we got some players kind of being put in roles that they might not have been in even last year. So they're having to reprogram themselves.
Right. Well, Clay County, we lost Mathis, and she's went on to play at the University of Cumberland, and the all-time leading scorer in Clay County history, boys or girls.
That's hard to replace, and it's hard to live up to. So you got.
I think you'll see a lot more balance out of this team.
And again, they've got plenty of upside, to make the most out of this. So we're going to go to the scores table here for the starting lineup. PA man, Nate Hot Lips coming in there. Starting lineup, and we'll be back in just a minute.
And your Clay County Lady Tigers. At this time, may we have your attention to center court. We would like to recognize Ms. Taylor Asher on scoring her 1,000th point on March 6, 2020 versus South Law. Congratulations, Taylor.
That seems like an eternity ago, but that was probably along about the
Well, it's the last game that we played, so why we didn't have an opportunity to honor her.
And now for the starting lineups. First for the Lady Bulldogs of Hazard. Starting at guard, number 1, Libby Danner. Starting at 4, number 15, Hannah Stidham. Starting at 4, number 33, Sarah Jo Campbell. Starting at guard, number 14, Chelsea Crawford. And starting at center, number 23, Annie Harris. And the head coach for the Lady Bulldogs, Coach Josh Hurt.
when I used to be down at the table, Ivy was he's one of the most colorful people to be around during the game. He keep me cracking up. He's always got some great one-liners.
Oh, he's got something to say. Yes, he
Yeah.
does. Clay County starts the season with the ball.
There it goes. Yep, they got the flip because we don't do toss-up this year. So flip of the coin went to Clay County, and they chose to take the possession of the ball, and we've got a turnover, and here come the Lady Bulldogs the other way. It's going to take them a few minutes, I think, Ed, just to get acclimated to, to playing together in this configuration. And like you said, there's so much to replace from last year. So
And then you have to decide what's a good shot, what's not a good shot. I mean, it takes a little bit.
Could be a little contrast from what we saw with the boys, where they had a little bit more senior leadership and they just came out firing,
Right. Well, Napier and Asher, seniors on the team.
That's a wide open shot.
In and out.
Good defense in the corner and forced that turnover. Made for a tough angle to get the ball out of there, so. Another open three. And Napier's going after the ball pretty aggressive. She's already got.
She's done that since ever since she started playing, and
yep.
she will get on the boards.
So she's already pulled down a couple of rebounds. Hazard moved the ball pretty well, swung it over, got that open three, and was able to knock that down. So Clay County just having a hard time connecting at the moment. She got pushed a little bit under the basket there, and then with the offensive rebound, you get an open jumper on the baseline there. Well, Ed, it looks like the Lady Tigers with that three-pointer are looking to get that open three on the outside. So
if they swing the ball, they should be able to get somebody open. They're willing to make that extra pass.
And they've done they've made a
actually
concerted effort
shot.
to do that.
Yeah.
They've had open shots.
And Ivy likes to run that little weave out front with his guards and, try to, if they can get in the lane, they'll get in the lane. If not, then they dish it off to the wings.
But it looks like they're trying to establish their identity. But they're going after the ball on the rebound, so they're hitting the boards, and that's a good thing. Another thing, it seems like they're being patient enough to, that there's been different people that's been open. So they've taken open shots, but it's been, a few different players doing it. So
right. They're definitely sharing the basketball.
Curry getting a little aggressive on the defensive end and picks up her first foul of the game.
Good steal by Asher.
Nice hustle play. So we got a timeout on the floor and got a few players look like they might still be a little bit winded early. So it goes back into play. It's hard to get yourself in game shape, you know, in practice.
You about got to play, yeah.
Yep.
You about got to play these games. And like I said earlier, you know, advantage there, definitely going to go to the Lady Bulldogs. You know, they've got 4 games under their belt. Regardless of the outcome of those games, it's still got 4 games under their belt. You know, this is our
It's the
our very
conditioning.
one.
Yeah, it's the conditioning side of things that, you know, even if you take a layoff over, you know, holiday break or something like that, it seems like it's always hard to come back and catch up even after just a few days.
Right, and you know they've seen a 2-3 zone, they've seen a 1-2-2 zone, they've seen a girl-to-girl defense, you know, and they know what adjustments they're supposed to make, and you know, first game of the year you just kind of don't know until you get out there and play. Halfway through the first quarter, 5-3. Neither team burning it up without doubt, but.
Well, you know, when those just like with the boys game, when that outside shot is not falling, you know, you need to have that, you know, that presence in the paint to, you know, to be able to get some points on the board. And again, you know, with defensive effort and with the conditioning, sometimes it's hard to you know, keep that effort up to the level it needs to be effective.
That was a good trap in the corner there. Got a 5-second call. Good turnover. Good defense.
But it seems like that Hazard is almost willing to give them some of those threes. So, so they went to a zone and they've got them out there, you know, because they. But she's already made a couple, so.
That's a good start for Curry.
She'll get them out of that zone if she keeps hitting those.
Well, they will. The other good defense.
Yeah, they're trapping on the side, and Hazard's having a little bit of a more difficult time handling that when it goes. So, Coach Birchall's looks like made a defensive adjustment that paid off. Might have been a walk there, but you know, she was in a defensive position there to get that rebound. But once again, you know, a couple tries and you give up the bucket on the inside to the offensive rebound. I believe she likes that spot, Ed. What do you think? I think she wanted to get there for the way it was looking.
She's one of those streaky hot shooters too, man. When she shoots it, I've watched her in practice, and man, she's liable to make 15 in a row. I mean, she's really that good of a shooter. She just needs to transfer over to to ball game situations.
And you know, Harris got called for steps right there, but she did a really good job of finding an open cutter, slashing to the basket there, out of that trap on the baseline. So we're starting to hit some shots now. as the Lady Tigers have pushed their lead out to 5. Or 4. I can't do math. I'm sorry. 11 to 4. I'm an art teacher. I don't claim to be a mathematician. Maybe I was just hoping it was 5. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a double dribble.
Yeah, she had the right idea, but she didn't get it. She didn't push it out there enough, so she didn't have a choice there but try to maybe play it off herself and hope nobody noticed.
Right. Unfortunately, they did.
And the first quarter seems to have flown by to me, but we're down to the last 30 seconds here. And Asher elects to keep the ball and go all the way to the hole with it on the break.
I thought she might give that one up and then had a chance to get it back, but it's hard to teach people that, they might get the ball back if they give it up early enough. I think she should have gave that one up a little bit earlier.
Well,
but if she makes one more of these, it all works out.
Same result, right?
Yeah, it all worked out. There they are. I look for a big year from Taylor this year. It's her senior year, and she's been playing basketball forever, and it's been a dandy ball player. Five seconds if we can get a shot off.
She's aware. So she tried to get down in there with it, but it's good to know that she had enough clock awareness that she knew that was coming up and she got the shot off. So, but at the end of the first quarter, I think now that it's 6.
13 minutes, I believe is
let me,
right.
Wait a minute, let me get my fingers out and count that off. Yeah, I believe that might be 6. Like I said, I don't claim to be a mathematician, but I do know what the board says, and it says 13 to 7, and I think 13 is a bigger number than 7, so that means the Lady Tigers are in the lead, right?
We're ahead.
We do want to welcome everybody that might just be joining us, and say hey ho to those of you that are still with us from the first game or joined us when this game started here on the Southeast Kentucky Network. We do want to remind everybody that you can still catch these games on Cats TV too. What channel is that, Ed? You can
House's Cable Channel 11, CNW Cable 60, and PRTC Channel 209. We'll make sure that we get those on there multiple times and have a chance for everybody, regardless of their work schedule or school schedule, will be able to watch these games.
And this is a great service that these guys are doing here. Mitch Hawkins and Eddie Smith here with Southeast Kentucky Network. And we are struggling a little bit tonight, I think, with the quality of the live stream. We've got some internet issues kicking in, but Mitch Hawkins is on the scene with that, and he's going to put together a high-def version of the games and post that later. So for now, we're doing the best we can live stream, and then you'll have the HD version of the game in its entirety at a later date, maybe within the next tomorrow morning, he said. So that sounds good, I think.
He says tomorrow morning, but I know him, and he probably will work on it till about 2.
He got some carpenter in him, does he?
Yeah, he does. He can't stand an unfinished product.
Sometimes on a play like that, Ed, when they get that ball to the post, she took that dribble, and sometimes when they get the ball, just go on up, they've got the upper hand on the defense instead of taking that unnecessary dribble and giving that defense a chance to say it, but she still managed to get the shot to go. So.
Right. She's a strong player.
Yep.
She's a good-looking player in there.
You know, and I think
they'll this second quarter they'll probably try to feed her a little bit more in there.
Well, she seems to have somewhat of an advantage, on the post, and she's also got a pretty decent vision for where her teammates are, and that's a three out on the side there, and we've got a 1-point game all of a sudden here. But now Asher has been pretty aggressive driving to the basket, so that's what you want to see out of your guard is attacking the defense.
She will get to the foul line.
And when you get there and you make your free throws, that's a good place to be.
Yes, it is.
I was trying to think, was it Shakari Aline that the big guy Kentucky had? He was about 7 foot and 13 inches.
Lord.
They clank him out the back of the iron. Oh, yeah, he was a big guy now. I saw him in person, man. He was something else. Hazard's starting to kind of turn on a little bit beyond the arc. And
2 threes in a row.
They've tied the game here, so.
See if Clay County can answer.
And Hazard still sticking to that zone. Clay still
in and out.
Still putting them up, so.
Getting good shots.
Well, they're open shots, and I think Hazard, by going into that zone, they're kind of giving them that shot a little bit. And Clay County might need to try to attack the middle a little bit and see if they can't get something going on the inside. I think she probably wanted a foul on that one, but got some steps on that play. But I think you're right. They're putting the ball in her hands.
Yeah, you can tell that's after the first quarter they said we just throw it down there.
And she's doing a good job as the interior passer, and like I say, keep an eye on the floor and knowing where her teammates are.
They can't being awful patient.
Well, they've got them pushed out a little bit with that zone, and they're choosing to. They're going to lay back as long as they're going to do that. As long as they're going to shoot that three like that, I don't think they're coming out of the zone. Second three-pointer of the night.
J-Lo
for Combs, and she's made 2 of the 4 threes that Clay County's hit, and if my math is correct, that would be 12 points, right? So I think 12 of their 18 points has come from three-pointers, and a lot of that's been, out at the hands of Hazard being in that zone.
Right. Curry's made a couple.
And then Asher's chipped in some free throws. So.
Yeah, that's kind of been the offense.
I really feel like that they need to attack the middle a little bit more right here and see if they can
Yeah.
get
I
them
think
out,
that's,
get 'em out of that zone. a
I
little
think Coach Birchall's getting ready to explain that to them.
bit.
Let's
Yeah.
take a dribble and see if they can cut us off in the middle of the lane.
Yeah. You know, you can get a 3-pointer at any given time. That's probably the easiest shot to get an open look at is a 3, because most of the time teams are willing to give those up to you, but they don't want to give you those layups. So we're coming out of a timeout here, and we've got a real tight game. It's 18-17 here with the Lady Tigers hanging on to a 1-point lead over the Lady Bulldogs of Hazard. And we've seen some kind of sporadic success at the 3-point line, I think. I don't know. I don't know that we've had more than maybe 2 or 3 2-point attempts.
Well, when Asher has drove the ball, she's basically got fouled.
Yes,
you know, so. Well.
See, I would like to see Napier go back up with that, you know.
Well, the best time to get a wide open 3 is when the ball's thrown in, you know, thrown inside. But I'm like you, I'd rather see if you're 6 foot from the goal, you know, shoot it.
You know, it's hard to get on that inside and beat and bang, and it seems like that sometimes the ball just don't go to the inside as much as you had liked for it to. And
it's a good hustle right there
yeah,
by Haley.
She keeps a digging. But as we were talking earlier, for some of you that might just be joining us for this game, and you weren't with us, I guess, for our lengthy pregame for the boys there when we had some things to talk about. The game looks a little different this year. We've got COVID restrictions in place, and as you can see, the bench is spread out with social distancing. I think our athletic director, Tom Nicholson, does a good job with that stuff. He stays after it.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody that's more conscientious about, you know, about the safety of our people. You know, he does an excellent job.
And that'll be crucial and beneficial for us. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, coronavirus is a strange thing. It can hit quick and hard, you know, but knowing that you've got people that's trying to look out for the health and safety, it really makes a difference. And our Hazard hits a 3, takes the lead by 2, so they're relying pretty heavily on the outside too, Eddie. It's a shootout from the perimeter. That's a nice save. I really feel like Napier, you know, could do some more of that on the inside. She's going to get that call as the game goes. As we've got a block called on the.
Well, I've got her unofficially with 6 rebounds, Haley Napier, so she's battling. She'll get some shots to fall.
Right, and like I said, it's hard to keep doing that. You know, if you if you don't get a touch here and there, you know, to get an attempt to score. So it's nice to feed the post every now and then, and it helps the team. You know, it gets you a lot higher percentage shot close to the basket. I'm not sure what our percentage would be beyond the 3-point line right now, but I don't think it would be
It's not a great high
stellar or
percentage.
anything
No.
at this point. I think it was Bruce Pearl. He said that as long as the 3 counted for more than a 2, his team was shooting 3s.
Yeah. He sure did.
Now that girl's battling too.
Yeah.
She's going at it on the inside. That could have stretched things out a little bit. It almost went.
Got about a minute left in the half. They can't need to score a bucket.
That right
Nice
there.
move
that
there.
right there was good though. That was good. That's more how she needs to be attacking.
Right.
It led to it. Caught them on her heels a little bit defensively that time. Pushed the break for the Lady Tigers there as they trail by 5, and they need to try to cut back into that here before the half. It's kind of
somebody needs to score a bucket.
they kind of led the way for the biggest part of the half, and then just over the past couple 3 minutes they've kind of hit a lull, and Hazard has made a few shots.
We got a chance. 7 seconds to go.
That's a wide open 3. That was bad, close to going in. And that'll bring the half to a close as we've got the Hazard Lady Bulldogs hanging on to their lead right now at 23-18. And just seemed like the Lady Tigers kind of hit a wall there about how, you know, I don't know, about a quarter of the way through that second period there. So maybe they can make a few adjustments in the locker room here at halftime and come out and take advantage of the situation a little bit better as we.
Sometimes when you're missing those outside shots, you know, you don't have your legs under, you don't have your game legs as they call them, you know,
Right.
and they're just kind of pushing the shots up there. Maybe a little break here and get them some water in them. They come back out and maybe they make some of those shots.
Right.
But I'm like you. I think Napier's going to score some points. She just had some tough luck right there. But the big girl from Hazard is. When she puts her arms up in the air, and you're having to shoot over top of a, you know,
Yep.
of kind of a big
Well,
wall.
I think when they attack that zone, you know, in the middle like that, you gotta be mindful of where your open players at, because if the defense collapses on you, then somebody's open, you know, and so it's not necessarily going to be a straight up drive to the basket layup. You know, it could be just finding that open person a little bit closer than the 3-point line. You know? So I think we're gonna take a little breather here while we await the second half to start. And again, we want to thank everyone for joining us here on the Southeast Kentucky Network, and we will be back with you shortly. All right, we're back here with the Clay County Lady Tigers and the Hazard Lady Bulldogs game, where the Lady Tigers trail at the end of one. The first half, that is, by 5. And as we start the second half of action here, we've got the Lady Tigers with the ball. And hopefully we see some adjustments from the halftime break, and they can come back and
It'll be nice just to make some shots. You know, it's we've got some good looks. We haven't made a lot. But you know, I like to see them slash to the goal and get it inside there a little bit more. But
well, you know, I think they're trying to figure out who they are as a team right now. This is their first game, and like we've said, Hazard's on this is their 5th game of the season. So that's it's a lot to overcome, because they've already had the opportunity to face some adversity, and I don't know that their record is indicative of
they played some good games. Yes, just kind of came up short. Well, we need a little momentum here. We need somebody just to make a good shot. We're being patient. That's a good pass in the middle.
And off the glass, the bank is open. I think she meant to do that. Didn't she call that just before she did? It looked like a very purposeful bank shot to me. She had the right angle and the whole shebang on that. So. I guess we're going to try our hand at spreading. There we go.
Good defensive play.
That's the kind of things they need to see right now. Some effort and taking the opportunity away from the opponent. Wide open 3 with a little extra pass. It's not hardly enough. And Harris has pulled down a good chunk of rebounds here on the evening. On that jump ball, and the possession went to Hazard. So, you know, you guys are doing a great service with the games and other things that you're airing on the Southeast Kentucky Network, and can't help but notice that you don't have any commercials during your programming and all that sort of stuff. So how you making it happen there, Ed?
Yeah, we're kind of doing this one just out of our own pocket, that's for sure. But well, you know, we apologize, because we normally like to. These are good opportunities for you know, our local businesses to advertise and market their products, and we can do it. We do it cheaply. We had every intention of charging $20 a game, and was going to try to do about 10 games, 5 boys and 5 girls, and so the whole basketball package would have been $200. But with the COVID outbreak that we've had, we've not known how many games we're actually going to get to live stream. And as I'm talking, things have kind of lit up here a little bit.
Kind of got shook up a little. We finally started. We did pound the ball inside on a nice feed to Curry, and then Hazard comes back down and pays us back with a 3-pointer.
So we've basically what we're going to check with the schedule, and if things go well, we're going to try to get a little sponsorship package together, because some of the proceeds of the money, we'll give to the boys and the girls basketball teams, the same that we did with the football games. We were fortunate enough to have some great sponsors during the football season, and part of that money went to directly to the football team. And as you know, our ticket sales were, my gosh, minimal. We didn't have any money out there. So we were able to give part of our money back to the high school.
And it's important for you guys to also be able to get the word around, and and get more and more people aware that the Southeast Kentucky Network is here, and that it's focusing on our area, with sports and different, not just sports, but other programming too. With music, I think up at 88 Music, you guys are doing some stuff up there, and
Yes.
and so we want to encourage everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay kind of up to date with what's going on and enjoy the programming.
Right. Yeah, the subscription is free. Some people think that you pay for. No, the subscription is free. And the only thing that it'll do is help you stay in tune to what's coming up next with Southeast Kentucky Network.
It just kind of brings you in as part of the community of the Southeast. And Hazard with a couple of three-pointers has really blowed open a 9-point lead here.
Yeah, we're going to have to start making some shots.
Not only that, but we've got to find a way to stop that outside threat that's 2 threes in a row from the same spot. And also for these events like this, we're appreciative of the Clay County Board of Education for their our use of the internet, using the internet access here to make this possible.
Right.
And with that being said, it has been a bit sketchy tonight on the live stream, but we're working on getting that into a high def post that we'll get a little bit later on. And if anybody's the fix-it man is Ronnie Jones, that's for sure. He'll get on that. He got me lined out this week with my Photoshop in the classroom. And we're just struggling a little bit right now, Ed, to find the basket.
I don't know if we're rushing, these shots. They look wide open, but, they're still, if you don't have your feet set.
She's, I was getting ready to say, she's getting a little over the top aggressive there.
Yeah.
And
she's a good-looking ball player. She really is. Harris is a nice ball player.
Well, she gets in there, makes herself big, takes up,
Well,
takes
she's
up
taller
a
than
lot of
anybody
room.
we have, and then with the long arms,
And then
she's hard to shoot over the inside.
And she's aggressive and going after the ball.
She is a battler.
We'll have another tie up.
Should be our ball.
It's always tough enough to get your season started, and when you kind of get behind the game a little bit with like we've talked about, other people having a little bit more experience, game time experience, and then it's hard to replace that in practice scenarios. But now this quarter has quickly dwindled down to a couple minutes and a 29 seconds, so it's getting away from us on the quarter. So we gotta.
Yeah, we need to. I think we scored 4 points this quarter. We need a bucket.
We're just really just having a hard time finding the bottom of the basket.
We are struggling.
And some of that, like I said, some of that could be some of the conditioning. The early.
That was a nice feed inside. They've kind of spread us out. If you notice that this quarter, this half, they spread us out so that
opens
if Harris does, if she gets positioned inside, that's where they're looking.
like we said at the top of the program, we've got a lot of players that are in new roles this year that they didn't necessarily find themselves in last year. Of course, like you were sharing, Ed, when you've got the all-time leading scorer from not only the girls' side of things, but in Clay County history period, that's a hard thing to replace. And you got people that have to step into different leadership roles that may not have had that last year. So they got to find themselves there, and then the other younger players have got to figure out where they fit in the puzzle.
That's right. There's different roles on the basketball team, as you know, and everybody just has to kind of find their way. But now we've just had a terrible shooting night. I mean, we have not put the ball in the goal at all.
It's been an extremely tough night.
We have been patient at times, but I know that's kind of a trademark of Coach.
I was getting ready to say, but if just a couple could foul,
right,
it's not out of reach at this point.
No.
So it's definitely something that we just need to chip away.
We keep it under 10, going into the fourth, then you still got a chance to win the ball game. Good smart move by the coach there. I think he realized his player was about to get a 5-second call caught on.
Yeah, and we got 34 seconds left in this quarter, and just some of that game management. You've got a low scoring affair, so that possession is extremely important right here. Because like you said, they can end the half here, up 10 if they score 10 or 11 points. So this could be a big possession for Hazard, and it's a big possession, a big stop opportunity for the Lady Tigers. If we could get a turnover or get them to maybe rush on the offensive side of things here, get the ball back, then it would be great to come back down and get a couple more points or three going into the fourth quarter, because it's just funny how just a few seconds and a couple plays can make a huge swing.
This thing can go from 11 points down entering the fourth to just being down 6. So yeah, this is a big possession.
And they went back to that trap that they were successful with early in the game. And she stepped on the line just before she got bumped there. So advantage Lady Tigers on that call. So here we've
20 seconds.
Got an opportunity to run something to get a good shot here.
Yeah, we need a little momentum going into the fourth.
Could have been big. But as it stands, the Lady Tigers will go into the fourth quarter down 8. And I think possession will go to the Lady Bulldogs here to start the
Yeah, I think we got the last time, I believe. They can still searching. Only scored 7 points that third quarter. But the game's not over. We still have plenty of time. We just need a couple shots to fall, and you get a couple good defensive stops, and get you a layup, some free throws. You're right back in the thick of it again.
That's right. It's just a very different atmosphere without the fans and the bench being up next to the floor.
Yeah, it's very weird. It really is.
It really is, and just to reference what you were talking about earlier, I think in the last game, it's just I don't know any other way to describe it, Ed, but to say it's kind of sad that our kids are not able to participate with the pep section and all that kind of stuff. And
absolutely,
I've just had a really myself. I've just really felt bad and burdened for our kids because it's just been they've been deprived of so many things that. We've been deprived of enough as adults, but we got to experience what they're missing out on,
Exactly. Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. Just, you know, we just live in you know, in this era of the COVID era. I was hoping he would call that. I
Yeah.
thought you did. A
I was
little late.
hoping that would be the call.
But, you know, we just live in a strange time. We just really do.
I remember being up here one night when Perry was officiating. He jingled like a reindeer on Santa Claus's sleigh there. I think he had some change in his pocket or something. He was a good one.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with Perry at the softball field when I coached softball. That's a great way to start the fourth quarter.
We need somebody to get hot. Yeah, hopefully it's Curry.
And get some stops down here. But you don't
Boys,
want to do that.
Have they not? I think that's about 4 this half from that exact same spot. They've recognized the weakness in her defense over there. They make that pass and then overload that side, you know, and she's been getting open shots. Skip pass. There we go.
She's made a couple. That goes a long way if you can get a stop.
Now you need a stop. All right. We got the thing cut down to 5. Now you need to ratchet up this defense.
She's just strong under the basket.
She's good ball player. And she's having a good game.
Get a little reach-in foul there.
I think where the officials hadn't blown their whistles, you know, like a lot, they decided they'd just call something.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a lot there, but
I believe I'm going to call something.
Yeah, but we'll take it.
She's got one drop to the top of the key. So.
You notice she had a little more space that time.
Yep.
She stepped right into her. That's a walk.
There's things start to swing their way a little bit here. They've cut into the lead, got it down to 4.
And right here is where we need like 1,000 people in here who's cheering these girls on.
Yeah, that'll help. That would be a big time help. You know, that's just like the Cats the other night. You know, had bought about a 20-point loss or something. Had nobody to get their back when they were down, which I understand some people have been a little disappointed with them, but I think that stays with the Lady Tigers.
There we go.
Still fighting, you know. They're clawing. I think they want to win. So Hazard still packed in that zone. We've hit another one. Well,
Courtney Jones.
If they were going to get hot, I guess they picked the right time, didn't they?
So sure did.
They've cut
it to 1.
They've cut in the lead. They get I think they can benefit right here from I think over here with Profit on the handling the ball there. They've had some luck trapping her.
Nice comeback.
Well, you know, you got to like that as a coach. You know, not the team don't give up. They keep digging. They keep going at it. It's a low-scoring affair, and game was within reach, and they took advantage of a few possessions, and it's a one-point game. So.
Yep. I was going to say, here's the signs of the times. Our cheerleaders, were relegated to cheer from the bleacher section, not on the floor tonight, but they always give it their best.
They're masked up, and
yes, they are.
Well, be nice to get a good stop here. You want to take away those opportunities like that. They threw that one over the top and dropped it right in there, and she's
jumped right out of her
shoes. And got a 2 at the tail end of it. So
I think that's twice they've come out of a timeout and went right straight back to her again.
Right. And just like we talked about earlier, it's always good to have that option, because when you absolutely need a bucket, that's a good kind of bucket to know you can get. We got another jump ball, so this one stays with the Lady Tigers. At this point, you kind of need to score. That's another one of those opportunities there where it seems like to me, just go back up with the ball. While the defense is on their heels, you got the rebound, y'all right back up with it. So we still managed to keep within 2. And we have almost reached the 3.5 minute mark left in the game. Off the hands of the Lady Tigers, so we're going to be keeping it right here.
40-38.
And let's see what they do on this inbounds play, because they've been.
I think I know what I would try to do, but I think I would just feed Harris the ball, spread it out, and feed it to her.
She's got it. Well,
a little too high.
Yeah. Sometimes you benefit. I know she's playing on the inside of them a little bit there. If she stepped on over between, her defender and the ball, she might could open herself up for a bounce pass there. But that's a tough angle to throw that pass to the post. So we got an opportunity here. And there it is. So the Lady Tigers
just like that
has swung the pendulum. So they're back up by 1. In a while, yeah. First lead in a while. Those rebounds could be crucial. Well, they're fighting.
That's scrapping right there,
and
going to the
deck.
deck
With the ball, so here we go. Got timeout on the floor, and Lady Tigers up 1, got the ball. It's nice to see the fight, Ed, for this quarter.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd personally like to thank, me and Mitch was talking about this today. We're just so thrilled that people are tuning in and to the Southeast Kentucky Network, and it kind of motivates us when we get a good word, and we see the views that we get. We had over 3,000 views in the Leslie County football game, over 3,000. So tickled to death with some of that. We would like to encourage you to go over there and hit that subscribe button. It's free. all it will do is help us continue doing this, and of course it will keep you track of what's coming up next. You know, it'll just notify you what we have coming up. So spread the word, get on here and subscribe for us.
It's always good to look at your subscriber numbers too and see a big number there, because
Yeah, it really does mean a lot. You know, it just and it tickles us to death. I remember when we got the first 5 or 10, we were tickled to death. You know, and
yay!
yeah, got up over 100. We was high fiving. You know, and now we're over 500. And of course, we'd like to see that number double.
And you all got a lot of different communities to pull from too, and I'm not speaking in terms of like the community, but you've got the sports community, the music community. You know,
Right.
You know, like I said earlier, we put the theater program on there, so you were pulled into the arts community. So you've been able to pull several different types of programming on there, so public service stuff. I've seen a couple of the interviews there at the museum and some different things. So it's been a
Yeah, Earl's one of a kind. He can talk to anybody about anything. He's one of those intellectual types. So he does a fabulous job. And of course, we like doing that stuff. The Diabetes Awareness Month and Clay County Skills U or Eastern Skills U, the GED program, and the Clay County Music program. It's just all that stuff's been good.
You know, there's going to be something come into play right here. We got about 1 minute and 28 seconds left, and the foul situation has not even reached the bonus. So
No, as a matter of fact, we're far away from
we're
the
far
bonus.
away from it. So that's going to play big. You know, you're not be you foul now, you're going to foul several times to put them on the line here, but the game's really close, so it ain't hardly come to that point. But it could, you know, just in you're 1 3-pointer away from making it a 2-possession game. So
Yeah, minute 17 to go. Clay County somehow miraculously is back in front, 41-40.
well, you know, it was just a simple fact of shots fail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
finally-
like when
finally makes them
that's what when you're trying to determine your identity as a team, if you're going to be that team, then you're probably going to have some bad quarters, and then you're going to light somebody up, you know, if they keep
Right.
giving you those shots. So when they're going down, you look like $1 million, you know.
Right.
And
Also heard through the grapevine that you would be coming up to 88 Music and doing some music maybe in the near future.
I hope so. We had talked about that, and we ended up about half our bands was put on quarantine for a couple of weeks, and so we're just now been out from under that now for a little over a week, and
Right.
and
Well, we look forward to it. We know that of course I'd played y'all's CD there on Cats TV for a little while, and people got real good. You know,
we really appreciate that,
That's
and
good.
you know, we've got our guitar player shut his finger up in a car door, and he shattered it was on his left hand. It's like his I think it was his index finger. His main, you know, pretty important finger for a guitar player. But he went to the surgeon, or they sent him to a surgeon yesterday, or I guess it was today actually. My days get mixed up in my head, but I reckon he's going to get by without surgery. So, but here we go. We're down to 50 seconds. Lady Tigers up 1, and like we said, there comes the foul, and they've still got a few more to give before we ever get to the bonus situation. But right here, these girls have got to be real careful with their choices and just get the ball in and be strong and protect the ball. She just kind of chop blocked her there.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get to where they might get to the bonus
Yeah.
here.
Well, get a two fouls on one play. But
I
now
thought
we're-
they might have come out and maybe tried to trap them a little bit, you know, and then if you don't get a steal, then go ahead and foul, you know.
So at this point, we've had just a couple, 3 seconds tick out, but now we're down to the clock hasn't started, so had an issue with the clock. I don't know if they picked up on that or if they were calling a foul, but the clock hadn't started. So we probably just gave them a good 3-4 seconds right there
Right.
because the clock never moved at all.
Ooh.
And we missed the free throw. So see, that was a big turn of events right there. And, you know, in high school basketball, you don't have a shot clock. You're down 1. Do you hold it? And
there's been a big
go for
debate. Yeah, there's been a big debate over the shot clock. You know, some states have it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think most of it's economy oriented in Kentucky. There's a lot of schools, which I'm sure in today's world, you know, now they surely that technology is getting cheaper and cheaper. You know, you would think, but still, I think it's a fairly expensive thing to do.
Yeah. Well, then you're probably going to have to hire somebody to actually operate the shot clock, and so there's another, I guess, added expense.
Right. You got to have 2 operators, but what we're going to see right here, I think, Hazard's down 1. You know, to me, I think they're going to the middle, and
I'd go to number 23.
They're going to put the ball in Harris's hands, I would think, but how quick do they go for the basket? That's the thing.
And then they've been getting that 3-point shot over there from number 15.
Right. That puts more pressure on Clay County if they get that, because that. Well,
she's a good shooter. She's made several shots from over there tonight. But I'm still spreading the floor out and trying to get
I think
Harris the ball.
I'm going to Harris. I think she's been the more of the.
She's kind of been the workhorse.
More of the automatic bucket, I think, but.
Well, they probably think she'd probably get fouled if she don't make the bucket. So
Clay County puts a little pressure out.
We're going to try to face guard her, looks like.
Yep.
That's what they tried to do.
They've been trying to throw over top of it all night.
Coach Birchall knew they were going to do that.
Yeah,
so
good call.
They got right in her, they fronted her. They got right in front of her, which they hadn't been doing a good job of, but they did that time. It was nice. Good defense.
Yeah.
Boy, we need to make 2.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. From this point forward, you've got to make these free throws.
We have a good free throw shooter up there. Taylor's a good free throw shooter.
You got to enjoy seeing a guard step up in a high-pressure situation and put the game, you know, at least if she makes this one, she's forcing them to have to, you know, they probably still got another, possibly another possession, but I say they're coming down.
Big free throws. Up 3.
I think they're
under 20.
They're going to try to get that 3-pointer, but.
There we go.
Yep. They did a real good job, I think, recognizing that pressure on Profit out top was something they could exploit a little bit, and they've done that on several different possessions, and it was just played to their favor up there for sure.
Yes.
So that
3 in a row.
That really makes it tough.
2 possession, 2 possession game now.
So now they've got to come down and. Not necessarily a 3 yet, but with this one, they would need a 3. So they're going to have to shoot a 3 and then foul real quick. They can't take this much time. So, but she freed up, and there it is. Now you think back now, Eddie, when that clock didn't start.
The game would be
over right now, and we're at 4.8, and the officials didn't catch that, so I don't know. I mean, it was a good 3-4 seconds, I know.
Yeah. Clay County's still up 2, though. 4.8 to go.
Yep. So you're going to see a quick foul here, and then it's just a matter of making free throws.
And that, you know, Hazard, it's not like Hazard don't have time. But if we get the ball inbounded and we can come down, we know we're going to get fouled. If we make both free throws, then, you know, that puts it out of reach. So that's big.
It's just been great seeing her leadership.
Yeah, Taylor stepped up and made 4 free throws in a row.
She stepped up and made some big pressure shots that just put the game where where it was in their control here. But everybody chipped in from the three-point line. I mean, there was several players that was putting shots in.
Well, I know this half, Combs, Curry, Jones, and Asher have all made a three-pointer.
Yep, they all connected from beyond the arc. So it was
here's an important inbound.
Definitely a team effort to come back. Senior leadership to put it over the top with the free throws. So you're going to get a quick foul here. Or a quick pat on the back.
Yes.
Tag, you're it. So we've got 3.6 seconds, and it's pretty much going to take.
We're in the double bonus.
So it's going to take one of the two. Just one.
Well, we know if we make two, the game's over.
Yeah.
If we make one, they still got time to come down to get a shot off. Ooh,
well,
made it.
There's that one. So
one more, and that'll
one
ice
more,
it.
and we ice it. Yep. So. Who called the timeout?
So we want to discuss how we want to play this.
The after playing.
Yes.
So
I hope he's over there telling Jones we need to make this free throw, and so we can eat some pizza here in the locker room.
What do you say we win this game?
Yeah. It's a good battle back. They battled back. I mean, they were down 11 at one point.
Yeah, it got in the second half. This Hazard team lost to Knott County Central by 9. They've lost to Harlan County by 4. They lost to Lawrence County by 1, and then they got pretty handedly beat, looks like, by Floyd. But that's 3 of their 4 losses that were single digits, and some of them like really, really close.
Yeah.
Kind of like this game.
I like their team. I think that they've made some mistakes handling the ball and didn't handle the trap good out front. But now they've got a real good shooter in 15, and then they've got the big girl Harris inside, who's, I'd say she's going to be tough to handle, there in the 14th region. But now I'm pretty proud of our Lady Tigers right now.
Absolutely,
they battled back
and made a game out of a situation that was rolling down the hill pretty quick there at one point.
It was looking bleak, I'll be honest with you, in the third quarter. I was not feeling good about it.
And they made a real strong push at the end of the third quarter, held on, kept it, manageable, and then come out in the fourth. And
there it is.
That pretty well did it. So it looks like the Lady Tigers are going to go on to win by 4 or less. But that almost went, but it don't matter at this point because the Lady Tigers have held on to win this game by a score of 47-43, and that will put them at 1-0 on the season, as well as the Tigers, who earlier won their game against Leslie County. So we've had a pretty good start to the season for both our basketball teams.
I like the way we stepped up. We made free throws down the stretch, to ice the game.
I guess until tomorrow, we can at least call ourselves undefeated for a little while.
We are undefeated.
And then we'll see what happens tomorrow. Then maybe we can keep on being that way. But it's been a real joy to be here with you fellas and enjoy the game with each other and try to share it with the fine folks that's tuning in with the Southeast Kentucky Network. And we want to thank everybody for joining us. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All it takes is the click of a button.
That's
and you're in like Flynn. You're right here, part of the family.
Right there.
So we need you to do that. And then tune into Cats TV also to pick up on this. And Ed, you'll have to cover the channels real quick on that.
Houses Cable Channel 11 right here in Manchester, and Channel 209 if you have PRTC, and Channel 60 if you have CNW Cable. I appreciate all those fine folks who allow me to put Cats TV on their lineup. It's all about local people, and one of my goals was obviously to spread the gospel and we do that with 4 of our church services. And you know, we wanted to highlight these kids. You know, whether it's in basketball or softball or volleyball or football or what have you, and the cheerleading,
Badminton,
anything that we've got going on, we want to do it. You know, your program out there is absolutely incredible, and so we like putting those things on there as well. So anything that deals with Clay County people, we're wanting to put on there and definitely put them in the spotlight.
and as a member of our community, and I know I'm here working with you guys tonight, but you know, I thank you all for doing it. It's a great service to the community, and it's was long overdue, and it's glad to see good fellers like you get a hold of it. And
Well,
run it.
you touched on something a little bit earlier. We want to thank the Clay County Board of Education for giving us the rights to do these games. They did not have to, but they did. And I think they saw a need this year, especially this COVID year. They saw a need that this is going to be the only way that we can actually have fans
Right.
enjoy the games, you know, and until we get back to normal, you know, this kind of is the new normal, and we're going to get to where we can do as many of these games as we can. You know, we're going to, you know, hopefully we'll make out a schedule to where we can keep everybody advised at that, and then you know, we'll probably knock on some doors and make some phone calls and see if we can get some sponsors. Because, like I say, some of that money is going to go directly back to our Lady Tigers and our Tigers basketball teams. We do not keep that money. We do try to give it back to the school. We know how hard it's going to be for them just to, you know, just to
Yeah, I
compete
mean,
in
even
the season.
ticket sales alone
Yeah.
is going to be.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
public ticket sales, so it's going to be a tough road to kind of keep things afloat. I understand, you know, we're not going to give a lot of money because we're just not going to have a lot of money, but you know, it will come from the heart. We will give it to them.
Right. Well, it's been a great night. We've got the Tigers and Lady Tigers both coming away with wins tonight, and we just once again want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Southeast Kentucky Network. And until next time, have a great night.